everyone, it's Jamie here, your mindset coach and energy healer. Today, I want to talk about how not knowing how to do something you want is actually the key to manifesting. Because I see it so many times in my clients, I see it within myself. And I decided to put this video together today specifically because I know that this is a message that I know I need to be reminded of, where oftentimes we get tripped up on these minor things that at the end of the day really aren't that serious. And it's almost like we use it as like an excuse or a reason. We make it so much bigger and think, well, I really want to do this said thing, but I don't know how to do it. And then we just kind of get compliant in that state of uncertainty. We choose the flight in fight or flight, and we just kind of like leave it there and we just kind of bookmark it. And I just want to remind you all that it's not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. You do not have to know how to do something in order to manifest it. And also, I want to challenge the idea that we don't know something. We have three levels of consciousness: our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, and our unconscious mind. And the majority of the time, we only have access to our conscious mind. So when we sit there and say, I don't know how to do something, that's probably not true. Okay, maybe we don't consciously know how to do something. And so that's the first thing. And then knowing how to do something is completely optional. Okay, I want you to think back on your life. I'm sure there are things that you didn't know how to do it and so it couldn't get done, but there are also moments in your life where you didn't know how to do something and you still got it done. You can delegate it, you can leverage that information, you can get support from the universe. There are so many different ways. And so I want you to get it out of your head that because you don't know how to do something, that you can't get something done, or that the not knowing how to do something is the end all be all. Don't let that be the reason why it stops you from doing what you want to do. Let that be the drive that keeps you going. Let that incentivize you. There are lots of things in this world that when we don't know something, it's new and exciting and there's a lot of exploring and it's an adventure. And I want you to bring that energy into your goals or the intentions that you set so that they don't trip you up. In fact, in the book You Are The Placebo, Dr. Joe Dispenza actually talks about how not knowing is actually a really good sign. So that book is all about becoming your own placebo, getting the desires that you truly want, whether it's making money, being healthier, whatever state you want to be in. When we're doing something that we've never done before, there's a level of uncertainty, a level of unknown. We have to change who we are. We have to live, breathe, and become something that we are not in order to achieve what we haven't achieved yet. So not knowing isn't actually discouraging, it's actually inviting and it's positive because it's like, you know what, if we didn't do something before, it's gonna be new. If it's familiar and you know the answers, then and it's something that you haven't achieved before, then you're actually following a pattern that's not going to lead to your desired results. So, if you've always made a certain amount of money and you're doing the same thing that you've done to achieve that amount of money, there's certainty, there's familiarity, then it's arguable that, hey, you know what, you might not get the results that you desire. Now, that isn't to say that you can't expand with information that you know. I think that there are so many different ways to do things. I just want to present you with this sort of perspective because, again, I don't want you to get trapped into this idea of I don't know how to do it, so I'm just not going to do it. Or I don't know how to do it, and so I can't do it. Just because you don't know something does not mean that you cannot do something. That idea is just such crap. It's such bullshit. I want you to get it out of your head. Okay? Not knowing it can be a scary, uncomfortable thing. And that's okay. That is not the same as impossible. So I want you to look back on your life, okay, and look at some of the things that you've been able to accomplish even when you didn't know how to do it. And I want you to track it, okay? Are there any signs? Why weren't you able, or how were you able to do it without knowing? Did you figure it out along the way? Were there certain habits? Were there certain beliefs, certain actions that you took that led to that answer? Were you supported by the universe, or did you ultimately figure it out because not knowing eventually became knowing? I think that when it comes to manifesting, there's so many different ideologies, and there's people that say you have to be strategic, you have to know what you're doing. Some people are like, you don't have to know what you're doing. You can be vague, be specific. There's so many different ideas, and I don't think that one of them is right, one of them is wrong. I think it just depends on who you are and what the situation is and what you're most receptive to. And so this is a message for those of you guys who feel that you don't know and you're stuck. Like, just because you don't know doesn't actually mean that you're stuck. It's the story that you think you're stuck that's keeping you stuck. It's not the not knowing part. Okay? Or maybe for you, not knowing has been the problem. Then look at your life and look at some of the things that you didn't know how to do and how you eventually figured it out. How did you get the things that you wanted? And recreate those steps. If you have a hard time with this, I mean, I really encourage you to really experiment and figure this out on your own. But if nothing is coming to you, ask some of your friends, some of your loved ones, people you trust, people who are solution oriented, people who see possibilities, are observant, and are able to really give you that support. I don't want you to ask someone who might be negative and might have negative thoughts about this and, things like that, but really just reach out to someone and be like, hey, what are some things that you've observed within myself? Or, you can go on Facebook or ask some of your friends, ask for inspiration. Can you give me an example when you weren't sure how to do something and it ended up happening? Can you walk me through that journey? What experience did you have? What were you feeling? What were you thinking? Because there's so much to learn from hearing other people's stories. It's so incredible because even if something doesn't resonate with you, that still gives you a map and an indicator that worked for so and so. It didn't work for me, so I know not to do that. I have a neighbor, she's amazing, and we were talking about some of the things that work for us, and we actually use different processes, and we were able to listen to each other and really appreciate how it worked out differently in our lives by following a system that worked for us that didn't work for the other person. So just be open, hear the stories, really pay attention to what resonates with you, and then try it on. It's like going to a store and trying to pick an outfit out. It's like it's not going to be the same on the mannequin. Really experiment with it. And just be open and trust me. The key to manifesting is whatever the hell you want it to be. And one of those choices is it's totally optional. You don't have to know how to do everything or something in order to manifest it and bring it into your life. Okay, just I want you to really sit with that and I want you to get comfortable with that. Okay, because once you start to do that, the answers that you're seeking will start to show up. I hope that this resonates with you. Please comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Share with me some of the things that you didn't know how to do something and how you managed to make that work and leverage that. Or, walk us through your current journey of what's going on right now. I'd love to hear your story. And if this resonates with you, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll post more videos up for you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.